Ross, like he respects the hustle, but he's saying Remy Ma has gone too far. The biggest boss is going after Remy and her network for a movie that he says rips off his name and likeness and his music.
Nigga, the name and likeness ain't even yours though. Shout out to Rose, you know what I'm saying? I like Ross, bro. I don't want to get up here and shame Ross or none of that, man. Ross saw an opportunity and he took it, but Rick Ross, the beard is not even yours, nigga. You just grew it. Like, the name it's not even yours, gang. Ma, what's poppin', man? What y'all on, man? What's the deal, man? What's the big old deal, man? So, we back, bro. We back with some good content, man. It's Friday, bro, and I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? We made it to Friday, bro. I'm excited about this weekend. We got a busy day tomorrow, man, so I'm gonna really have to hustle today. And it's haircut day, folks. It's haircut day, man. I'm gonna get me a cut today. You did what I'm saying, and yeah, man. Hey, tap in on my vlogging channel, Life with the Duns. You feel me? I'm finna get real active on the vlogging channel, man. I think I want to get back in my vlogging bag, man. Back in my creator's bag on that lane of YouTube. So y'all tap in over there. Yeah, man. It's gonna be a great day today. I can just feel it, bro. Yeah, I mean, like, when you are vibrating at a high frequency, bro, don't lose it, gang. Don't let nothing allow you to lose that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all done heard me say this before, man. But the enemy, he can only do what God allowed him to do. That's kill, steal, and destroy. If you let him. You did. It's all mindset, man. It's all mindset. And if y'all follow me on that gram, King_7, salute. But if you're not, make sure you do that. And yesterday I got on my story, right? And I was just telling the people who watch my story, shout out to y'all, that mindset is important, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, your mindset can basically shape your reality. That's a fact, though. Like, and I look at it like this. You always gotta think abundantly, bro. You know what I'm saying? Abundance is not what's the word I'm looking for? You can't touch abundance. You know what I mean? Abundance is up here. So you may check your bank account, bro, and you may be in the red, bro, but you gotta have an abundant mindset, which in return is gonna make you not get the emotions of being in the negative. You know what I'm saying? Your emotions is gonna be like, man, it's alright, it's cool because I got an M on the way. You feel me? Or I got an M in my bank account. Like, a lot of people think it's crazy, but it's not. But it's a thin line between reality and delusion, right? You feel me? Kind of like Rick Ross, man. Rick Ross has made this whole delusion that he's this big kingpin and that he's the boss and he had the bricks and he know Noriega, the real Noriega. When in reality, Rick Ross is just a great rapper. Got my dog Poetic Flacco on the channel, man. Shout out my dog, man. My Conrad, man. Big Flock, what poppin', my boy?
Rick Ross is having a temper tantrum because a movie was coming out on Remy Ma's network that was going to inadvertently expose this secret he's been lying about for years. And I don't know why he's been lying about this. Nobody knows. We'll get back to the video shortly, but I want to let you guys know this video is being sponsored by Kalshi.
Shout out Kalshi, man. Y'all go join you, Flacco Code, things of that nature.
But if you want to get paid by predicting weather on a daily...
It ain't that easy either. I know it ain't.
Coming out on Remy Ma's network called The Biggest Boss. And it was about this correctional officer who was like this dirty cop who turned rapper. Now, that story sounded really familiar because that's awfully similar to Rick Ross' life story. So Rick Ross sent a cease and desist to Remy Ma's network not to put out that particular movie. His reasoning for the cease and desist was he believes that the movie is infringing on his name and likeness. But honestly, I think the real reason is Rick Ross understands that if that movie comes out, if it takes steam, it's gonna have a lot of questions about his past for the new generation or people who forgot about this story. Because Rick Ross has been pretty inconsistent when telling this story and has lied a lot about exactly...
I don't even understand why he lied about it.
As a correctional officer, or how long he did it and why he did it, or him even doing it at all. So because Rick Ross has been pretty inconsistent and has lied a lot about his past as a correctional officer, this movie coming out would expose him badly. So now he's having a temper tantrum, trying to get the movie shut down before it comes out. After Rick Ross sent the cease and desist, we find out that is Remy Ma's network, but she's not really involved in the creation of the movies. It's kind of like you create your movie, you bring it to her, she give you like a deal for the movie. So the deal was created by third party. I think Break Baby is also in the movie, if I'm not mistaken.
Rick, baby?
So the article reads, Rick Ross, like he respects the hustle, but he's saying Remy Ma has gone too far. The biggest boss is going after Remy and her network for a movie that he says rips off his name and likeness and his music.
Nigga, the name and likeness ain't even yours though. Shout out to Rose, you know what I'm saying? I like Ross, bro. I don't want to get up here and shame Ross or none of that, man. Ross saw an opportunity and he took it, but Rick Ross, the beard is not even yours, nigga. You just grew it. Like the name in it's not even yours, gang. It don't even belong to you. How you gonna sue Remy Ma for something that don't even belong to you, bro? Like that's crazy as hell, bro. Like nigga. This is crazy.
Remy is apparently planning to release the film called Biggest Boss on her platform, the Remy Network. Now, according to a letter sent by Rick Ross attorneys and obtained by TMZ, Rick Ross is claiming the project features the unauthorized use of his music and trade name and demanding they halt the project from going forward. Not only that, Rick Ross says it's confusing fans into thinking he has something to do with the movie, citing comments on social media. Now, a rep for Remy Ma tells TMZ, Remy was personally unaware of the concerns raised regarding Rick Ross and takes the matter seriously. She has maintained a personal and professional relationship with Rick Ross for more than 20 years and would never intentionally engage in any action that could harm him, his brand, or cause offense. Now, the film is apparently about a police officer who steals a drug dealer's life story and turns it into a rap career, very similar to Rick Ross' own, backstory, which I said earlier, of being a correctional officer turned rapper. Now, apparently, like Remy Ma's rep is saying that Remy Ma has reached out to Rick Ross directly, and upon being made aware of the issue, the title was immediately removed from the platform. The Remy Network is now closely working with its partners to strengthen review processes and ensure that situations like this do not occur moving forward. But here's the problem, though. Remy Ma, she only removed the title. The movie itself is still going forward.
I want to see
the title,
it.
The Biggest Boss, is not on it, but anybody can use their brain and say, this sounds awfully similar to the Rick Ross life story. And I can almost guarantee Rick Ross is still not going to be happy. He's still going to do whatever he can to make sure that this project is halted completely because he doesn't want to get exposed. See, Rick Ross for years have been telling inconsistency in regards to his career as a correctional officer. When Rick Ross was...
I ain't gonna cap. I dig where my dog Flacco coming from. It may be that, but I don't think Ross, I don't really think he give a damn about being exposed. He already exposed, bro. Like, we know he was a correction officer, for sure. But, if it's gonna be a Rick Ross biopic, then don't you think Rick Ross should, like, do his own biopic? You feel me? Like, straight up, you calling it The Biggest Boss. So I get it. I understand it, bro. You feel me? But I don't know. I don't think it has nothing to do with Ross trying to be exposed, man. We all know that his persona is not authentic. You feel me? Don't he know that? He got to know that, right?
Recently asked by the Full Send podcast, Rick Ross says that he only worked as a correctional officer for 4 months, and he never really made it past the training stage. He never really made it to the prison.
By the way, too, you worked, I don't know if you want to talk about it all, because this is your room.
I can't wait.
So, were you a correctional officer at one point?
I was, yeah.
So, going all the way back. When was that? How
He
long
lied at first, though.
Maybe when I was 20.
20 years old?
Yeah.
What kind of people were in there?
I didn't really get to make it to the prison. Because you got to go through training and all that, and I didn't last long.
Right.
I may have lasted 4 months.
Right.
Before they said,
Yeah.
I was a little tardy.
Stop the cap.
What made you want to do that?
One of my big homies had just got in trouble, and a lot of things were going on, and he just suggested it.
You fuck with it or no?
Nah, I didn't. anything you gotta really do, and you fucking running and jogging and all of that shit, man. I missed a few days.
What was
See, like Rose didn't say like I'm not a snitch or I don't want to have a badge. He basically blamed it on his physical fitness, his physical health, and I dig that shit, bro. You feel me? Like, man, like dog, my little brother went through that training, and he said it was very vigorous, bro. My little brother, he ain't never worked out a day in his life, and he said that training made a Marine quit, bro. Somebody who had been to the service quit. Didn't even make it to the prison like Rick Ross saying he didn't. You know what I mean? Which I think is ball cap. We seen the pictures, Rose. But like I dig what Ross saying. Like Ross a funny dude, bro.
paycheck a week then?
It was horrendous.
How much?
It's like $25K a year, so
No, some shit like $500 every 2 weeks.
$500 every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
How long did it
They
take?
was trying to tell, they wanted me to do right, man. They said they seen greatness in me.
Yeah.
They wanted me to be great, man. And they actually had two choices for me, a fireman or corrections.
Imagine Rick Ross, you're in a fire and Rick Ross comes and saves you.
You're only burn like a...
Yeah, saving your ass. He's getting your girl,
I love
leaving
that.
you.
No, it's just always, it's just sometimes
Rick Ross saves a cat out of a tree.
No, I'm
just climbs up there.
gonna be
Hold on.
honest. Summer wouldn't have anything to worry about.
She wouldn't. Well, guess what? We keep it. We have a lot of fire alarms in our apartment, and we're very protective there. We make sure no fires happen in that apartment. So
What apartment
you take your
building
ladder.
is it?
You can take your ladder and
What
you can take it down
apartment?
Egypt's house and go over there. if you
No,
want.
because that was a nice apartment. What apartment building was it?
Everything Rick Ross just said right here was a lie. And how we
That
know
nigga
this?
Flacco
1090
crazy,
Jake
cuz.
proved it. So Rick Ross said he was only a correctional officer for about 4 months. He never really went to no jails or prisons. Well,
Yeah, I knew that was
maybe
cap.
county jail, but he never really went to prison or the big boy prison. He didn't really operate in his official duties as a correctional officer. He was never engaged in no snitching or police activity. But 1090 Jake did a video where he broke down not only is the 4-month story not true, much of what Rick Ross has to say about his time as a correctional officer is not true.
In new news, back in 2008, pictures would be released of Ross in uniform, and he'd speak exclusively with all hip-hop stating, "My life is 100% real." These online hackers putting a picture of my face when I was a teenager in high school on other people's body. If this shit was
That nigga Rose said it was AI. That nigga said it was AI, ma. Nigga blamed it on the insurgents.
real, don't you think they would have more specifics, like dates and everything? So a then 32-year-old Ross claimed the pic was photoshopped, his kingpin lifestyle was real, and there was no proof behind the CO allegations. Well, a media website by the name of The Smoking Gun would send in a public records request receiving 86 pages from the Florida Department of Corrections about Officer Ricky's short career. A photo of William Roberts, aka Rick Ross's state of Florida application, would state he received his diploma from Miami Carroll City High and went on to Albany State University to study criminal justice.
Oh
On his
no.
supplementary
Oh no. I ain't know none of that, bro. So, bro, Rose wanted to be a probation officer or some shit, bro. I mean, they be crooked as hell too, but I did not know that. I knew he went to Albany State, but I didn't know. I thought it was just to play football. I didn't know that like he wanted to like have a career in law.
application, he'd state his nickname was Big East and denied knowing anyone in prison, along with never working in prison or in law enforcement. Now, with every new recruit, the Department of Corrections wants to know how willing you are to complete your correctional duty.
So, unsurprisingly to anyone,
To check off he's willing to work rotating shifts, carry a firearm, and work with violent inmates, homosexuals, etc. He'd also state he's willing to shoot an inmate who's attempting to escape,
God
body
damn.
search a male or female inmate, and write an incident report. In 1995, Ross would take an oath of loyalty to support the Constitution and would receive a letter stating he's now officially a correctional officer trainee at the South Florida Reception Center. 5 months later, it was now 1996, and Ross would receive an award for completing 540 hours of basic training.
Okay.
Ross was now an official corrections officer and can be seen taking a picture at his graduation ceremony. 4 months later, he'd receive a certificate of appreciation for perfect attendance from the same woman he can be seen shaking hands with at his ceremony. But eventually, all good things must come to an end. And in June of 1997, Ricky Rose sent in a resignation letter and officially left the force. But like
What the nigga letter say? Dear South Florida Reception Center, with this letter I offer my resignation from my position as correctional one at South Florida Reception Center. Effective June 16th. Dang, that's my baby birthday, man. June 16th, 1997. My decision has been made after months of deliberation. And now I feel that this is the right decision for me. Thank you for your interest in my career and for the experience I've gained through my employment at South Florida Reception.
Said, this isn't new news. This came out back in 2008, and 50 Cent started calling Ross Officer Ricky in 2009. That same year, Rick Ross would admit to Double XL it was in fact him in the pictures. He'd state, me not answering or addressing that situation has nothing to do with my career.
Bro, he should have
I've accomplished enough and I've made enough money for me to be good. Yes, it was me in those pictures, but I'm gonna tell you this. Me taking that job, I was doing my job. You understand what I mean?
There you go.
He continue on saying the stuff he talks about is real, the dope is real, and the gun talk is official. But fans would forever speculate, when exactly was Rick Ross in the streets serving bricks? In an interview with the Full Send podcast, the alleged kingpin was asked about his time as a corrections officer in Florida State Prison.
You now obviously know the lie that Rick Ross told. He told them folks he was only there for 4 months, when in fact he was there for 18 months. If you look at the timeline, even receiving an award for perfect attendance. But that's the thing, right?
That nigga ain't never called off, nigga. That nigga was happy as hell to be a CO, bro. Nigga got perfect attendance, Mark.
Rick Ross is going above and beyond to try to stop this because for some reason, man, he has this weird thing with his past as a correctional officer when I don't understand why. Bro, you were gainfully employed.
Facts.
Right? You was not a police officer per se. Now you do have to swear to protect the Constitution. So you know, like you are somewhat of an officer, but who cares?
Facts.
Right? Like who cares?
Facts.
Now, do I believe like the Rick Ross story of selling dope? I don't. Like Rick Ross was in high school, he went to college, and then he started working as a correctional officer. At what point in between that time did Rick Ross have time to sell drugs?
I can't care with you, Big Flop. I gotta disagree with you on that, gang. Like, if you do your homework on COs, bro, COs are some of the most sleaziest people ever. You feel what I'm saying? I'm gonna give y'all a little story, bro, like a first-hand story after we get through watching the video. But yeah, I just had to disagree with Flacco because just because he was a CO, or just because it's guys in high school selling work, cuz. You know what I'm saying? I know a little one who went to high school with a £1/4 every day, nigga. You feel me? So like Flacco, he from North Dakota, so we gon' excuse him. They probably wasn't doing that as jits in North Dakota, but just cause he, you know what I'm saying, went to high school, went to college, became a CO, became a rapper, don't mean Ross ain't never sold no weight now. I just don't think he was a kingpin. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up.
Then he became a famous rapper shortly afterwards. So no, I don't buy like the drug dealing tale, and obviously we now know that he stole the name from the real kingpin Rick Ross.
Yeah,
right.
Sure.
That's just a fact. Yeah, but like Rick Ross feel like he has to hide being a correctional officer to me is stupid. Only in our community will somebody feel like having a job like that where he's gainfully employed, he got benefits, he's making hella money. Only in our community will we feel like that right there is something to be ashamed of. I don't understand it, not one bit.
Yeah.
Right? Especially because, like, if we don't have any type... Okay, for example, right, bro? If Rick Ross don't have any type of snitching accusations in his past, if nobody has been accusing Rick Ross of telling on them, of putting them in prison, of putting them in jail, then why would being a correctional officer be something where it's like, yo, we are laughing at you or it's something to be ashamed of? It's not. At all. There's a lot more things to be ashamed of than being a correctional officer. Trust me, man. Now, I don't know if Remy Ma is going to stop the movie from coming out completely, but I don't think Rick Ross is satisfied with just the name being changed. That's just a fact, okay? But let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think? Do y'all believe Rick Ross when he says he's only...
Shout out my dog Flop, man. Make sure y'all go sub my dog. Get him to that meal wheel, no cap. But yeah, man, like I honestly don't think the cease and desist has anything to do with Ross not want to be exposed. I think Ross already know, like, we already know the logistics of him being a CEO. I think it's really what Ross is saying. Like, they trying to put out a biopic of Ross. And he's like, hey, gang, I won't in. Like, I wouldn't want to see no biopic about Rick Ross if it wasn't from Rick Ross. You know what I mean? I don't know. Might gotta take that back, because if Tubi dropped The Biggest Boss, cuz I might watch it. I'm not gonna cap with you, man. That's a cool little story, bro. A dirty cop who became a rapper and just started living this larger-than-life lifestyle. But anyway, they go back to what Flacco said about how Ross didn't have time to be a drug dealer and things of that nature, bro. Look, bro, COs do more illegal things in prison than prisoners. You feel me? Like, the inmates in the COs, bro, they kind of mesh together to, like, bro, it's more criminals doing criminal activity in prison than probably in the world, bro. Like, I ain't gonna cap, like, bro, I got an uncle, he did like 12 years in the chain gang, bro. I know my uncle at one time was making like 5 bands a month from the chain gang, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up. And then I had a brother who was a CO, right? He ended up doing almost 2 years fed time for doing criminal activity in the prison. So there are, like, come on, man, like, you can get some real deal illegal money, bro, whether you a CO or an inmate. So it's not far-fetched for Rick Ross to sell drugs, but I don't think he was a big kingpin. Like, I just don't think it. I think Rick Ross is a good rapper, he's a good actor, he's a good entrepreneur, bro, and he just took the little bit he knew about the streets and read up on Freeway Ricky Ross, and he just made that whole persona his life, and it's almost like he manifested it, like he just became very delusional and it worked for him. Straight up. You feel me? But hey though, man, y'all let me know how y'all feel about this one in the comment section down below, man. Don't forget to like, hype. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not a subscriber, man. If you are a subscriber, a returning viewer, shout out to y'all. I love y'all, man. Appreciate you for rocking out with the kid, rocking out with the mob. And y'all know which way we going, right? Mob life or no life. Mob will nowhere, and how we coming OT and we getting straight out the mud, man. Until the next one, y'all be easy. Happy Friday. Enjoy your weekend, gang. But get some work done. Don't let your foot off the gas just yet, bro. You know what I'm saying? And pray about everything. Pray about everything. You feel me? They call me done. I love y'all. Catch y'all in a minute, folks. Let's get it. Gang. You know we got the streets, nigga. We got the trap, too. I say my trap doing numbers. I just bust another jewel. Got a player around the corner. Hey. I say my trap doing numbers like that 05 summer. Got a quarter pound on me. Hey. The trap doing numbers.